Hi, I'm Jeanne Fiorini. Thanks for being here at the Tarot Tips. This is going to be a rather short video today. It's something that occurred in a reading recently, and I thought it was such a useful reminder to me and to my client, and I thought I would pass along the experience. So a woman came in and she found her. This is not somebody who would normally come in for a reading. She's somebody I know, but uh, I've never seen her professionally before. So she found herself in a really emotional state that was confusing for her. There was an experience from the past, 40 years ago past, 30 maybe, but anyway, a long time ago, which had not crossed her consciousness in many, many years, but came up through a series of events. And she found herself kind of reliving that experience, re-questioning, second guessing herself about the choices she made at that time. And she really expressed being emotionally paralyzed. She was feeling very weepy, very teary, which was unusual for her. So she was frustrated by the fact that she was feeling emotions that she wasn't used to. And also, I think because it was a little confusing for her, like, why, after all this time, is she having an emotional reaction to this situation? So the cards that she got really indicated that this was a can opener for her. She got the Tower card, she got the Page of Cups, and I think the Knight of Cups. So whenever I get the Tower card, I'm always going to look at the next couple of cards, essentially telling me what is coming out of the Tower. What is the Tower, what's breaking through a wall? What is trying to come to light? What is trying to, sometimes I think about the Tower like jail. What's trying to get out of jail? So in her case, it was the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups trying to get released from a container that had held her, let's say, for 30 years. So as somebody who looks at things kind of from a therapeutic, if you want to say, point of view with the cards, to me, this is a really good process for her to be in. Her frustration with being weepy, tired, feeling kind of sad, second guessing her choices in the past, and the emotional tenor of how she was filtering that experience, all was very frustrating for her. And to her, it felt like inactivity. She said, I just don't know why I can't. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I feel like I'm just sort of sitting in this muck. And I heard myself say that feeling is doing. Feeling is doing. You're not doing nothing when you're feeling your feelings. And later I thought, sometimes I call that experience accidental brilliance. We all do it. We all hear something come out of our mouth and then realize, oh, that's really true. Oh, that's great. Let's write that down, kind of a thing. So I had that moment of accidental brilliance. Feeling is doing. And especially in this particular instance where it felt like there was functionality, there was a reason for her to be revisiting these feelings. We pulled ensuing cards, and it looked like there was a part of her that wanted to be reclaimed, that there was some aspect of herself that now it might be time to go back and revisit. You could imagine maybe choices that we make when we're in our 30s reverberate through our life, and then in our 60s we say, oh, I want to go back and get a redo on that. So essentially this woman was having the redo, an opportunity for a redo on a certain experience in her life. So the point I wanted to make, which I really was pretty clear with her, was that the cards were telling her that this is not a case of wallowing. This is dealing with an experience in a new way. And the feeling of that is a very active process. It takes a lot of energy. It's no wonder she was tired. It was no wonder she sort of felt like she was floating around through her life through the last couple of weeks. This is taking psychic and emotional and internal energy, and that takes that's work, and it takes energy. So kind of the thing I came up came to thinking about this was, yes, that feeling is doing. Now let's just take wallowing. Wallowing would be, okay, I'm rehashing the same old story. I'm kind of back in the same feeling mode that I always get to when blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure that that's the same thing as what's happening with this woman. So as a reader, when you're dealing with people and or in your own life, make the discernment between, okay, is this a situation where somebody's just revisiting that same familiar emotional pit? That really is not doing. That's more like habitual, kind of laying back into the swamp kind of thing. But in this particular situation, and you're going to see it when you do readings for other people, that there's purpose and function in emotionally processing either something that's going on now or something that has happened in the past. So to support people in the feeling is doing process is really a wonderful thing that a reader can offer to a client. So that's just a little story about an experience that I thought was meaningful and significant, and I hope it gives you some guidelines as you move through your readings with yourself and others. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next time.